Okay, now we're going to move to the position of mayor. Okay, do we have a nomination? Mark D'Amelio. Okay. Would you like to give a speech?
Hello, everyone. All right, so I hold in my hand the bylaws of the Norwalk Republican Town Committee. It states a lot, but on page 1 it states to encourage Republicans to seek public office, to promote the welfare and growth of the Republican Party, okay? So I ask you, who fits this bill better? Someone who feels she cannot win as a Republican? Someone who believes a Republican banner is a liability? Or someone who's not a Republican? Or someone like Darnell Crosland? Darnell switched parties and left years of Democratic political equity to join our party. Darnell Crosland is the only Republican we have running for this position. Excuse me? Yes, he is.
No, July 30th.
Okay. You want to give the speech, or you want me to give the speech?
Just making it correct.
Thank you. Okay. Darnell Crosland will revitalize our party and the state. Darnell Crosland can open up us to young Republicans. Anybody who was there Friday night, I saw people I never saw before. And in all due respect, we get to see a lot of the same people in this room. So we got to get younger, and we got to get younger faster. So what are we doing here tonight? I love Lisa, okay? I want to say that and put that on record. And I love most everyone in this room. But we're the Norwalk Republican Town Committee. Doesn't that mean anything to you? We've all been in that situation in life where we've made an effort to commit to someone, and for whatever reason, that person doesn't want to reciprocate. They're not willing to commit to now, they're not going to commit tomorrow. Why would Lisa buy the cow if we're giving her the milk for free? Do loyalty and commitment mean anything to you? I guess we'll find out now. So how did we get here? I've been a registered Republican my whole life, and to be frank, early on, I saw a lot of dysfunction here when I got here in 2017. I was shocked that the party that brought us Dick Moisha didn't have an abundance of potential candidates waiting in the wings, fighting for the opportunity to run as mayor of this great city. Jerry Petrini's name came up, but that never came to fruition. We ended up nominating our chairman, Andy Conroy. Mark Suda and the rest of us who ran lost hard-fought races, and I believe the total record was 1-17. We lost 17 races in 2017. As we moved to 2018, it looked great. Mark Suda was the chairman, but we all know how that worked out. When undefeated leader of our RTC, Larry Cafaro, lost to a political neophyte named Doug Stern. We got shellacked by a party that's taken the city and state down the tubes. I anxiously awaited 2019 to see the fantastic RTC candidates we would come up with. Larry, Fred, and I, with what happened to Larry, Fred, and I don't blame anyone for not running. At this point, I decided to support Lisa Britton. I met with her, donated to her campaign, all the while it didn't sit right with me. While Larry, Fred, and I had to battle negative association of being a Republican in Trump-hating Connecticut, Lisa wants to have her cake and eat it too. She wants our support and endorsement, but is not willing to put skin in the game. We are not at the point, we would not be at this point if she registered as a Republican. Over this past month, I've been bombarded with questions. What am I doing? Questioning me. I'm doing what it says we should do in this document, to encourage Republicans to seek public office. Over the last month, I've witnessed many of my RTC friends in favor of Lisa over Darnell. My campaign manager, Isabel, a staunch Republican, used Facebook and emails directed to RTC members to announce her endorsement for Lisa. I received similar emails from Brian Meek, Jim Feigenbaum, Drew Todd, Fred Wilms, and others. With all the hoopla and unwavering support for Lisa, both Drew and Fred are not here tonight. So I guess they didn't really care that much. As it relates to Fred, we would not even be discussing Lisa or Darnell if he ran for mayor. On Facebook, Twitter, and direct email endorsements, I've never seen so much support on Facebook, Twitter, and direct email endorsements for any Republican candidate. Now I've received the glowing show of support. I never received the glowing show of supportive letter from Fred or Jim, so why Lisa? Or is this more about not Darnell? Look, the Norwalk RTC has problems. We're old, stale, and tired. Our new ideas are few and far between. We lack imagination, community outreach, and unlike Democrats, we've alienated our young members. If we're really going to change the city, we need to think outside the box and embrace new ideas with Darnell Crossland as mayor. If you think Lisa Britton is the answer to our party, I say you are wrong. I was able to see Lisa's ability, or lack thereof, at the last RTC meeting, where she approached Darnell and myself and said, "Do you want to give this election away to Harry?" While she also made it clear of her disdain to fellow RTC member Thomas Burns. A more seasoned politician would have said, "Congratulations, Darnell. I look forward to a spirited campaign, and I would love to get..."
Reach 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. In closing, anyone that attended Darnell's kickoff party knows quickly that he has the ability and desire to take tired Harry and win this race. Darnell can help transform our party. Darnell has made a commitment to us, and now it's time for us to move out of our comfort zone and do what's right and making a commitment to us and not vote for Lisa Britton. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have a second for Darnell Crossland for mayor? Kelly Striniti?
Thanks. I'll try to be quick and keep it to the allowed 1 minute. I'm very pleased to second the nomination for our newest Republican, or soon-to-be official Republican, member, and the only soon-to-be official Republican candidate for mayor, Darnell Crossland. Anybody that was at his event on Friday night can see that he's bringing a new vision, a new energy to this party, and a lot of new faces too. One of the things that I noticed most was that there was tons of people there that I had never seen before. And it made me really excited, the energy that he brought. Darnell's bringing the new people with him, new voters, new Norwalkers who love our city and want to help fix it. Bringing people together, Democrats, Republicans, independents, unaffiliated voters, in order to do so. He's a tremendous asset to our party. I'm very glad that he's joined it and will be to our ticket as well. So thank you.
Okay, somebody leave a pen up here? Okay, do we have any more nominations? Ernie Davis, you want to come up?
Good evening. I stand before you to ask me to join me in endorsing independent candidate Lisa Britton for mayor of Norwalk. Some of you feel very strongly that we should not endorse Lisa because she's not a registered Republican. However, given the special circumstances that currently exist, there are many of us who believe that party affiliation should not be the central reason of why we give our support to a candidate that we endorse for mayor. As many of you know, Ralph and Jenny DePamphlis were my in-laws and were two people that were stalwarts in our local party for decades. We certainly did not agree on everything, but I can honestly say that I can't think of two people who had the respect of everyone they encountered in their lives. Their lives were inspirations to all of us. As I was writing this nominating speech, searching for inspiration, I began to wonder what they would think about the question that this party faces this evening. Do we endorse a candidate for party's sake, or we endorse someone who represents a chance for victory and a chance to lead Norwalk to be the greatest city in Connecticut? Theodore Roosevelt once said, "It's not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, and who, at worst, if they fail, at least fails while daring greatly, so that their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know nothing of victory or defeat." I give credit to Lisa and Darnell because they're willing to get in the arena and fight for Norwalk. I know my in-laws would have agreed with Fred Wilms and Mike Lyons, who said in recent emails to the party that Lisa does represent our best chance for victory. As the unaffiliated candidate 2 years ago, Lisa did far better than veteran politicians and the community expected as she finished second in a 4-person race. She's been building on that momentum ever since, and she will be well positioned this November to win with our support. A strong showing by Lisa maximizes our chances of picking up crucial Common Council and Board of Ed seats, not to mention sorely needed appointments to the various boards and commissions that make up our city government. While we do not agree on everything, Lisa's stances on the issues align with many of ours. She is fiscally conservative, a champion of our schools, and she wants to protect our neighborhoods from bad decision-making that has become the hallmark of City Hall. She has also been on record of supporting candidates over the years. Having campaigned with Lisa extensively 2 years ago, I can tell you firsthand that she has a strong grasp of the issues that we face as a city. She effectively listens to people and knows she will do the right thing for the city than what is politically expedient or designed to help special interests. I know she'll be a great leader because she knows the best executive is the one who has the sense enough to pick good people to do what she wants done and self-restraint to keep from meddling while they do it.
3 minutes.
To date, Lisa has raised over $25,000 and the support from residents is growing. Those involved in her campaign believe that she can raise $75,000 needed to effectively compete. She's knocked on over 2,000 doors around our city, and we all know that there is a growing discontent with the current administration, but she can tell you firsthand that many folks are upset the way that the current administration and the rubber stamping Common Council have handled everything from development to traffic to the walk bridge, beach parking, and of course taxes. We the people have woke up to see our city changes in ways that is not about its citizens, but rather about special interests. 47 years is a long time to serve a community. Unfortunately, leadership is not about showing up to work, going to ribbon cuttings, and collecting a paycheck. It's about a vision of the future and what mark you leave for generations to come. I believe Lisa has what it takes to make a truly great mayor, one who will be remembered for her achievements and the legacy she leaves for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ernie. Do we have a second? John Tobin, would you speak?
And when I look out at our town committee, I see probably 100% of you as fiscal conservatives, and that's exactly what Lisa is. She's a tough fighter. She'll run a strong campaign, and I'm glad Mark pointed out what happened 2 years ago, because a three-way race, and you're all going down again. Lisa's the one that can help bring this ticket to victory, I believe. She's also a strong campaigner, and I hope you all listened very carefully to the nominating speech for Mr. Crossland, because there wasn't one word about what he would do as mayor, not one. It was all about a tired old Republican Party. Lisa's come out on all the issues. POCO, we know where she stands on that. The selling of this city down the drain by the current administration, we know where she stands on that. So I hope everybody can support Lisa for mayor, and we can move on. And Mark, I'm glad you had that speech. I enjoyed it. And I was at Mr. Crossland's event, and I told you afterwards, I said, I think he did a good job. It was late. He had 2 months to tell everybody where his plans were, and what he did was parrot Lisa's platform. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, any more nominations? I thought you were raising your hand there, Doug. You're trying to trick us? Any more nominations? John Romano. Any more nominations? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. Okay, now we're going to go to a ballot vote. All right, folks, we're going to get it going again. Okay, you guys hear me in the back? Okay. Okay, the vote for mayor is in. All 51 cards were counted, and the vote is as follows. Nobody, 6 votes. Darnell Crossland, 9 votes. Lisa Britton, 36 votes. So, Lisa, I would like to invite you up, say a few words.
Thank you very much, but before I get started, one of the things I want to say is your most successful Republican started out as an independent, and I really want to acknowledge Doug Hempstead and all the work he has had to do in these very difficult times. I have been a big fan of Doug and have voted for Doug many, many times since I've lived in Norwalk. Tonight, it's not about me. Tonight, it's about our city and our future. I first want to thank the many Republicans and RTC members who embraced my vision for an alliance and who have supported my efforts. I would not be standing here without them. To the RTC members who voted for me tonight, I am grateful, I'm honored, and I'm humbled by your show of confidence. For those who did not vote for me, I will work to earn your support. Tonight, quite simply, is a game changer. With your vote, you've made it possible for us to accomplish what many believed was not. You've made it possible for the underdogs to win. You've made it possible for a new mayor to be elected. You've made it possible to restore balance and expertise on the Common Council and Board of Education. And tonight, you've made it possible for Norwalk City government to correct the course that it's on. This alliance is a very powerful one that can now successfully challenge the stronghold that the Rilling administration has had on Norwalk these past 6 years. What unites us are the issues that matter most to voters in a local election. This summer, I have knocked on thousands of doors in Norwalk, and all but one expressed either nervousness, frustration, or outright dissatisfaction with the current administration. And that was all parties, all affiliations. Why? Because our state is in financial trouble. People are leaving, and while Norwalk has seen growth, it's come without sufficient tax revenue or state support, and it's negatively impacting our quality of life. The increased density has put pressure on our city's infrastructure. This includes traffic congestion, repeat crash sites that are directly attributable to poor planning. We face ever-increasing sewer maintenance for those who are actually on sewer, and we have flooding issues and overcrowded schools. Residents have woken up to see Norwalk changing right in front of their eyes, while City Hall operations remain silo, slow, and status quo, and now costing 24% more than it did 6 years ago. Homeowners have seen their taxes skyrocket, while property values stagnate or are expected to go down. They feel helpless. This administration has increased spending by $70 million while giving away millions in tax breaks to large developments. The latest will be a 15-year tax credit for POCO tomorrow night. And I hope every Republican shows up tomorrow night at the council meeting and helps to support pushing this deal out. It needs to be changed. It actually needs to be killed, and Citibank needs to be held responsible. They're the ones that made a bad loan. They're the ones that need to eat it. And as mayor, I will stand up to the big bank. I will not push it off onto taxpayers. Meanwhile, right now, regular residents are struggling, and that's why this tax credit for POCO is so bad. They're struggling under the current tax burden. Unable to make ends meet or sell their houses, they've taken to renting them and selling them and leaving, or they've taken to renting them and just leaving. Because this administration has failed to plan and manage our city efficiently, it's failed to get Norwalk its fair share of state funding, and it's failed to explore alternative revenue sources. Irresponsible is the only word that describes changing a grant writing position into a mayoral public relations post. Primarily a residential city over the past few decades, our main revenue source has come from homeowners' property taxes. That market is shrinking, while tax liability is increasing. We used to have a healthy homeowner rental ratio of 70-30. It's now shifted to 50-50. Aside from the fortress apartments, once tranquil neighborhoods are littered with cars and satellite dishes. Little has been done to help existing residents or small businesses mitigate the unintended consequences and city costs of a more dense and transient population. Bigger has not been better. Ordinances have not been consistently enforced, and our quality of life suffers. I intend to change that with stronger leadership and better financial management of our tax dollars. I look forward to being supported by a more balanced Common Council. Republican candidates tonight have a wealth of Board of Ed, police, fire, financial, and municipal experience focused on serving Norwalk residents and not special interests. As mayor, my priorities will be to control the cost of local government by applying national best practices to our city, which is now larger in size. I want to alleviate the pressure on homeowners with better financial management and land use to address that rental market. We're losing revenue there, guys, a lot of revenue. I want to enforce the quality of life through ordinances to preserve Norwalk's beauty and unique maritime character. So as a city, we can thrive with people wanting to live in either a vibrant urban district or a peaceful residential neighborhood. With these messages and our alliance and hard work, I'm confident there is a path to victory for everyone in this room that's running for office, and I will fight for every single one of you. Please don't stand on the sidelines, those of you who are disappointed that I'm not a Republican. Join us as we campaign, because we will win, and the biggest thing we need to do is beat Harry Rilling and a single party rule in this state, in this city and state. That was a misnomer there. It is our city and it's our future. And I thank you very much for your votes tonight.